Hello everyone, I'm RecV5,
And I am Sandman99.
and welcome back to Madden NFL 2005.
Yes, and we're still nearing the end of the Season 6 for the Crusaders.
Yes, but Sandman wants me to show off this new defensive formation I made up, so...
Yes, because, defense is what the Crusaders are all about. And next season, it's your turn to play defense.
I thought it was their long passing game, you know?
Well, it depends on your perspective, I suppose, but...
I say Calvin Allen is one of the top receivers in the league.
Yeah. But anyway, you have... what you're going to do here is you're going to show how you build the formation first, right?
That's right. That's what you wanted me to start, so that's where I'm going.
Because one of the big features to this is that you added sort of like a pressure line with a similar look to some of the things that I do, but you made it compatible with your other defensive formations.
That's right. So basically I start out with the standard 4-3, because this is what I start out with all the formations that I make. And some of the first things that I normally do is I move the safeties into the positions that the safeties must be in. All right. And then...
and you play a little cushion with the corners there, too, by the looks of it.
That's right. I play a little bit of cushion with the corner. Right outside linebacker becomes cornerback 3, because he will auto-man lock onto the slot receiver already anyways.
Yeah.
Then, what we need to do is we need to take this guy, and I believe I need to put him out here, and I'm going to make him right outside linebacker 1. And we're actually going to make this guy... we'll make him middle linebacker 3 temporarily, or defensive tackle 3, it doesn't really matter. Well, we make that guy middle linebacker 2, and then we make this guy middle linebacker 1. You could also make them the left outside and right outside, respectively. It doesn't actually matter, as long as like they're number 2s. Because you want your number 1 guy being there. Alright, so this is like the basic formation, right?
Yeah.
Right about this? This is the basic symmetrical formation.
That's your 2-4-5.
Yes, the basic symmetrical 2-4-5. But what I do in order to make your new formation, or rather my new formation, is, yes, I come and I get these 3 guys all bunched together, and I still keep that guy to the outside. All right, I move this guy in towards the middle. Right?
Okay.
So to go from... basically where these guys are all sitting, right? I think, what was it? This guy only has to basically step down into his spot.
Yeah.
No, this guy's a defensive lineman. So there's this guy that has to step down in his spot, right? He steps down into his spot. This guy's already sitting here, and this guy moves from here to here. And if you reverse the formation, then that guy moves there, that guy moves there, this guy steps up, and this guy moves down, right? Yeah. But yeah, and I guess I'll build it to the weak side for demonstration purposes, just because they tend to line up with a lot of strong side tight ends in practice. But this is the formation, right? And the cornerback 3 stays there. Normally I'd put him over here, but because he's offsetting these guys being really tight to the line, he sits here.
Yeah, and if you're playing man coverage, then it really doesn't matter where he starts.
That's right.
Because he's going to move to cover his assigned man anyway. And if you're playing a zone defense, well, then that guy is an important zone defender in the middle, right?
And if you want to know, too, why I have these guys here, it's because theoretically, if you're not pressing or anything, they can cross the formation freely in motion.
Without bumping into anybody. Because in Madden, they don't have the good sense to go around each other. They run into each other, and then they keep churning with the legs and pushing into each other, but they can't go. That's
right. So we'll rename this from 4-3 normal to nickel. Oop. 2-4-5 weak.
Okay.
All right. So we go down to the nickel 2-4-5 weak.
And you got to draw a play now.
We got to draw a play now. I mean, this play here, this man under 2. Now that I've just created an empty play.
That's just basically a placeholder.
That's right. It's just a placeholder.
We get rid of it as soon as we can. It's what you used in order to obtain the base formation.
That's right. And so now we go back to that new empty play that we had just finished creating. And you can still do your coverage things that you'd normally do, like
the deep zone guys play deep zone, right?
Yeah, the corners playing
because that's actually their position designation, right? They're deep zone guys.
They're always deep zone, right?
Yeah.
But we can do some interesting things with the corner. Have him play a flat.
Yeah, and especially I do things like that with Danny Jones in the middle of formations quite often.
Yeah.
And traveling across the field, if you've got a defender with a high catch rating moving sideways across the field like that quite often, you can find him popping up in the path of a thrown ball, right? And
you could say, well, there's a little bit of a mismatch here because this guy's probably going to cover a slot receiver, but the idea is that the flat zones combined with press coverage will at least buy this guy enough time that the pass rush can get around, or that this guy can, get into a better coverage position, or that he gets a little bit of help for short passes.
Yeah.
And for long passes, that's why you have your two deep gap zone guys. And so what you're looking at here is, this is a 4-man rush instead of a 3-man rush. And what we're trying to do is overwhelm the middle of the line and get quick pressure that way and collapse the center of the pocket while still getting our around the outside rush guy.
Yeah, and if they do throw a pass, actually you'd be better off to go into practice mode, because then you can demonstrate the shifting too, right?
All right, well, I guess we'll pause maybe for that, and I'll draw up the other side, the same play going to the other side. So just a second.
Yeah.
Okay, and here we are in practice mode with the Season 5 Crusaders against the Season 5 Crusaders, because that's the most recent export we had. And I guess I'll choose just some random play. Doesn't really matter what. And we'll go... We go random pass play. I don't know if we can go random pass play or if we just go random play all, or I guess I could just choose a pass play.
You could just choose a pass play.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter what it is. We'll choose, like, I don't know, tight end post.
Okay.
Oop. I totally didn't have a chance to select myself or get ready there.
They always start early, right?
So this is starting off with the...
Okay, just show the replay there. Oh, too slow.
I can still do that, actually.
Okay, now, this is the desirable thing, right? Like, if you watch here, there's a couple of things that this does. And one of the things it does is, of course, it allows that defensive tackle, which you happen to be controlling here.
That's right, yep.
Or the linebacker, or both, to squeeze through those gaps.
Yep.
And what happened here is, of course, the right guard picked you up when you squeezed through that gap, right?
Yep.
But because he picked you up, the linebacker was able to breeze right by and sack the quarterback. But if you watch where the left tackle is as well, he moves in and tries to block that linebacker. And what that does here is, you'll notice now the right outside linebacker is coming around, and basically the only thing standing between him and the quarterback is the
Kelvin Allen.
Halfback there.
And Kelvin Allen's not a very good blocker, so...
So, assuming that the left tackle is actually able to block that linebacker, well, what it does is it causes the offensive line to sort of squeeze together toward the middle, right?
Yeah, and they just kind of collapse into a jumbled mess.
And that gives your outside pass rusher a little bit cleaner path to the... I mean, the reason 77 is sort of over there in the middle of the way is because he's vainly still trying to catch that linebacker that burst through and got by him, right?
That's right. And I mean, things didn't work exactly the way I desired with the coverage, because they happen to have a tight end on this side, which meant that the linebacker covered him instead of the slot guy, which is kind of bad, but at least the flat zone guy crosses over here briefly, and we got really fast pressure.
Yeah.
But by the time Bo Jenkins realized, oh, hey, that guy is one-on-one coverage, he got hit.
Well, another thing, too, is that when you see 4 guys on the line of scrimmage, you're not going to call a 3-man coverage scheme anyway.
Yeah,
right?
that's true.
You're going to call either full man-to-man or a 4...
I didn't really think about what I was choosing when I chose a play.
Or a 4 deep zone or something like that, right?
Yeah, normally you do it like if they were to line up in something like an I formation or something, right?
Yeah.
So let's see here. What do they have? I guess we could deal with
flanker
out.
Yeah, okay, sure.
All right.
And
in my case, I'm using the defensive ends. I believe that's another modification that I forgot to make.
Yeah, if you look at the you can choose whatever players you want. But look at that linebacker in the middle there managed to press by that tackle again and create havoc.
Yep, he almost got there.
But number 54 there, coming from the outside, had a very clear path too, right?
Yep, yeah, basically the halfback had to choose.
So this is a much stronger pass rush than the 3-man rush that you typically use, right?
And this is what it looks like if you audible between it.
Yes. Now, you see that? Okay, let's look at this again. Okay, you just quickly did an audible, and what happened was the linebacker in the slot there on the left side just took one step back.
That's right. Well, one step diagonal and back.
Okay, and
this guy
and the defensive tackle moved that was lined up over the center moved over one.
That's
so
right.
He's over that gap now.
Yep.
And
the nickel guy headed back over towards the outside and followed the tight end.
Yeah, because this is also a man coverage, right?
That's right.
So basically, if you do this again,
they just shift over one like that, and that's it.
And now you're pass rushing from the right instead of from the left.
And now I'm back at what I was originally doing.
Yeah.
Nope.
But I can see how you could also reverse this formation too, right?
Well, I can even do this, for example.
Yeah, exactly.
Now I'm playing zone defense from the other side.
Your 2 defensive tackles each move over one step.
That's right.
And that linebacker steps ahead one step, and the guy on the other side steps back one step, and it's basically the same.
That's right.
Alignment.
It looks kind of like this, right?
Yeah.
That's it. That's your motion at its core.
Yeah. And you know, so basically your 2-4-5, this works out well. You designed this specifically so that it would mesh well with your existing 2-4-5.
That's right, because if I want to audible to any existing 2-4-5 play, regardless of what side it is, I mean, there's a little bit more motion going on because you have the corner in a different place.
But it's still very little motion and it's very fast.
Yeah, and the switching of the sides for these offsets is also very efficient, right?
Yeah. Yeah, basically offenses that want to play those little games where they move the tight end from side to side, they're not going to get anywhere by doing that.
That's right.
And another thing that is useful about being able to shift your pressure formation from one side to the other like that so quickly is, let's say that the offense is actually making a serious effort to run the ball. I know you like to pass rush from the weak side, but you might want to shift to this formation because of where the tight end is if they've been running the ball a lot.
Yep. And
right?
it actually, like, what I found playing some preliminary games with this...
Because then your pass rushing outside linebacker is still lined up outside the tight end, so it's not like that tight end is going to interfere unless he's left in to block, right?
Yeah. Well, I've also found, too, that this setup here allows me to play more zone defenses as well.
Yeah.
Man, look at Bo Jenkins hot potato it over Edwards there. I guess Edwards is getting a little slow in his old age.
Yeah. Well, you're playing a 4 deep zone there, right?
Yes.
That's what you're audibling to.
Yeah. We'll press down a little bit, get those guys a little closer to the line.
Yeah. But what I found too is that you know, like if they come out with a 2 running back set, like 2 running backs and a tight end. 3 deep zone schemes are okay too, right?
Yeah.
You know, like they have a hard time flooding out the deep zones when they only have 2 wide receivers on the field, unless they like either motion a wide receiver or line up in a twins formation or something, right? And that's why some of your audibles are going to be, you know, like man coverage, and some of your audibles will be zone coverage too, right?
Yep.
Because that way you can avoid mismatches. But it doesn't matter which way you shift, you seem to be getting penetration in the middle there almost every play, right? Even if the guy doesn't make it all the way through. One of the things that we've seen in the past with the three-man rush from one side is that the AI's quarterback will step up in the pocket, right?
Yep.
And that's how he can avoid that outside pass rusher and just buy a little bit of more time. But if you have that pressure collapsing the middle of the pocket like that, well, he can't step up then, yep. Right?
And of course, we can also do things like this, which is a weak side rush.
Yeah.
So even if I'm shifted over to the one side, because I'm sending 4, I can actually still stunt over and occupy the guard there.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
And that's a me sack right there.
Yep. Yeah, you're crashing the 2 defensive linemen.
That's right.
And sending both of the linebackers on that side.
Yep. And it's full man coverage defense, so everybody has a man on.
It's 5 man to man under 2, right?
Yeah. So I don't actually even have to switch sides in order to audible either. I could line up in like this, or I could line up like this and still rush from the strong side of this particular defense as well. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah. Well, and that man coverage, when you man lock like that, it presents a very dense front too, right? You know,
and like, it also hopefully jams up the receivers and helps provide a bit more better shallow pass coverage, which is part of why I do it. Right.
Well, you know what? The Crusaders receivers, even though they're not the fastest guys in the world, though, they're also very good route runners.
They're also a bit more physical because they're halfbacks, a lot of them.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's going to be more difficult to jam them, right?
That's right. Even though we have bigger defensive backs to compensate.
Well, you have bigger defensive backs, but you also have bigger receivers, right?
Yeah.
So, it's more difficult when you got a wide receiver with a strength rating in the mid 60s. Well, it's a lot more difficult to jam that guy, right?
Yep.
But anyway, yeah, you can do a lot of different things. In fact, if you look at the way this alignment is, you could even control the left defensive lineman, right? And you could have the guy you're in control of right now drop straight back in a zone.
Yep. And you could have a cover 3 out of that.
And you could have a cover 3 out of that, and that linebacker is still fast enough that he is going to still force that tackle to squeeze in and try to block him.
Yep. And the best part about that, too, is because I have this built off of like a speed line type of, concept, these are both defensive ends. So they're our fastest defensive linemen that we have on the field, defensive ends, left end 1 and right end 1.
That's right.
Right, and then you have your left outside linebacker 1 for your strongest pass rush, and you have your right outside linebacker 1, right? And you have your middle linebacker 1, and then you have your cornerback. I think actually in my other formation, I have instead of having the middle linebackers, I have the left outside linebacker and the right outside linebacker 2 on both of those, but I don't think it really matters.
Yeah.
Right. But in fact, if you're rotating those guys in and out, they won't get tired.
The interesting thing about this, too, is since these formations are all built out of a 4-3, if you were in a running situation and you wanted to have a little bit stronger run defense, you could put a 4-3 out there and then audible to one of these formations, and it would still work quite nicely, too.
That's right. I'll show off what that looks like, too, just briefly. Because I do actually have a 4-3. I use it as my goal line defense.
Yeah. Well, you don't really like the goal line defense.
I'm not a big fan of the built-in goal line defense.
I never use it without altering it heavily anyway. So now this is basically your standard 2-4-5 formation, but played with the 4-3 personnel.
That's right.
Right.
In fact, I can do I mean, that was a cover 4, so, not really going to work very good with linebackers out there, but, that's the kind of shift you get when you audible over to it. It's not really a big amount of movement. Yeah, we're playing that cover 4 again.
Ooh,
no, I
wow.
came through immediately and got picked up by the running back.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, but the thing is, though, when that happens, you know, like it actually makes the AI quarterback kind of panic a little bit.
Freak out.
Yeah.
And even though it looks like Mills there is running a short drag or something, oh, he caught that too.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
Deflected it to him, but...
Yeah. But, you know, it's still more or less compatible with the 3-4. Because all that really is going on here is that... and I mean, you wouldn't even see these players actually march up like this, because while they're walking to the line of scrimmage, I would already have this audible called.
Yeah.
So that they would just line up like this as 4-3 personnel. But what you'll see is the right outside linebacker goes to cover the tight end, and then everybody else comes down to the line and moves into their respective pass rush formations.
Somebody out there was traveling out a little ways.
Yeah, he might have had a man coverage assignment.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had man coverage. That's why. And it's because he's a defensive end.
He's a defensive lineman,
yeah.
so he's acting weird, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
But, you know, you wouldn't necessarily call this with that kind of thing in store. You'd probably call this with like a zone defense or something. Or I guess you could call it with a defensive end, as long as they don't have, like, super speedy running backs, because, you know, they do have that outside advantage. And, again, if you call the audible fast enough, you'll never even see them walk out there like that. See that?
Yeah.
They'll actually behave like they would if they lined up, which is how they'd look in a real game. They wouldn't do that little shimmy out there. I just have to be really fast about how I call that audible in order to get the real game results. And that time I actually ended up accidentally stunting over there, because
that happens
62
sometimes.
would not block me. So he just did not engage me, so I ran right past him, and I just kept going until I encountered someone.
Yeah, that happens sometimes, right?
Yeah.
I don't know why, it just does.
Oop, I think I actually didn't call the audible there. My bad. Well, we're playing all-man coverage.
Yeah.
Which is my favorite thing to do out of the 4-3.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was a cover 4 coming from the other side there.
Yeah. Yeah, and Jefferson is fast.
Yeah, he tried to throw that, and Jefferson just knocked it out of his hand. And meanwhile, our cover 4 was completely set up there, so...
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's how this all works together, and it's not too dissimilar to the old 3-3-5 system, which I still keep around for rainy days, right? So if I show that off, just for the hell of it, since we're here, right? I guess I'll just choose another random pass play, doesn't really matter.
Yeah, well...
I'll have to change an audible, but this whole thing goes back to...
having more than one base scheme, so that if an offense seems to have you figured out, you can change what you're doing.
Well, not only that, but again, you want to be able to change sides very, very quickly, so that an offense can't screw you over, right?
Yeah.
Right? So this one is just if I were to just like leave it as is and not man lock for a second, this one is literally just that, right? The defensive end takes a step in one, and the defensive tackle takes a step over one, and the linebackers shift over, and linebackers are pretty fast at shifting over, right?
Yep.
See, it just looks like that.
Yeah, there's a bit more movement involved in this one.
A little bit, yeah, but
than in the other system, but
it was the original concept, right, for a more agile defense.
Yeah.
And it's still fast enough to catch them if they want to run tight ends back and forth on you. If he didn't actually insta-snap it every time.
Yeah. Well, the only way you can really get away from that would be to have it set up as a two-player thing, right?
Yeah.
And that way, what would happen is that I would just sit here and press the button to snap the ball when you told me to, kind of thing.
I think I can do that, actually. You press that other controller to the right.
Yeah, okay. So and now then, I press the button to snap the ball when you say.
Yeah, but if you just take a look here, right? That's what the shift looks like.
Yeah.
And I mean, they can be a little sluggish at times, but that's it. That's the minimal movement.
Yeah.
All right, and then if I go back to the other play, right, and I go and I choose... Yeah, okay, we'll go and choose this, for example. Oop, what am I doing here? Doing nonsense things. And you just choose whatever play.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. Alright, so we start like this. We wanted to go to that, right? Then we've got to go to this, go to that, go to this, right? Or if we wanted to go to our other schemes, if I can remember, I think I took that audible off now. But we'll go and change that again. There we go. We'll change that. Oop, that one. Got so many different buttons now. All right. And then from the balanced formation, right, it's extremely quick, right? Now, obviously, if I was actually going to run this play, I would man lock and press and all that. So you'd see the normal movements associated with that. But this is like the fastest you can get in terms of mirroring a play, right?
Yeah. Yeah, basically nobody moves.
That's right. The only difference is basically...
well, you would man lock in order to get your nickel guy over top of the tight end there, basically.
Although, even doing that, right?
And then if I motion my tight end like this, well, then he's just going to follow him across the formation just like that.
But I'm already go over, and if you motion him back...
Yeah.
Right? I'm already in position.
Yeah.
If you motion him again, right?
Yeah.
And I can actually wait too because I think he has to pass the quarterback before you can actually properly snap that. Yeah. Well, I'm already on the other side.
Yeah.
You can't keep up with me.
Even when he runs across, which is odd as well. Like, I don't know why.
And it's a little bit slower with this one, but if you keep going anyways, right? I'm still faster than you.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't snap the ball until he stops and goes into his 3-point stance, right? So. Yeah. So very efficient. So you want to show what it looks like, show what the play art looks like one last time here.
Yep.
And there you go. So you got your pass rush coming from the left side of the screen. And if I move my tight end over this way, one very brief thing, and a couple of guys just twitch a little bit, and now you've got it coming from the right hand side.
That's right. And if you move them back, right? And then if we go like this, oops, I didn't mean to do that. But if I show this one more time here, yeah, I'll do it with this. Just choose another play.
Okay, well, doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Just choose that one again.
All right, I actually won't man lock here, but motion your tight end over. Well, I'm already here, right? But
yeah, I didn't even get past the guard before you. By the time you were there,
then motion him back.
Yeah.
All right. And I know this is two different coverage schemes, but motion him forward. So I don't have to show you what I'm doing at all.
No.
You can go ahead and you can play tight end games or fullback games or whatever it is you do all day long. Oop, wrong audible.
That's okay though. That's interesting that you would go to the like you can probably audible to the 3-man rush.
Yep, I can.
So if I move over this way.
Oh, I think I've still got the nickel 335 audible here.
Okay, well that
it works too.
Yeah,
anyways.
It works too, right?
Yeah.
So there you go.
I actually didn't plan for that.
See that? It works.
Yep.
Yeah. It's just that you've got a defensive lineman now who's stepped back and playing linebacker, right?
Yeah, although I think he's one of the defensive ends, so he can still play linebacker, especially because our defensive ends are linebackers on our team.
Well, actually, the slower of the two of them is about as fast as Edwards. So
yeah, well, that's Ben French, but he's on the line, thankfully.
Yeah.
So it's the fast guy who dropped back to play linebacker.
Yeah, and he's actually faster than most of the linebackers on our team, actually.
Yeah, and then 2 of our linebackers came down to play defensive end, which I guess is fine. Yeah. They can probably do that in a pinch.
But anyway, I guess we should go on to the game now, but it was just kind of interesting, and I watched when you were working on this, and I really wish that I could that smoothly integrate all of my defensive plays and schemes together like that so that I could do stuff like this, because that's actually pretty cool. But the way that my defense is designed, it's more like I'm using a hammer to swat a fly, right? Well, like I line up and I basically have my defensive formation chosen, and I don't care which side the tight end is on. I just make sure I have one guy lined up wide enough that he's able to run around that tight end, right?
Yep.
And the only audibles that I call is just to change between zone and man coverages, right?
Yep.
Just to avoid mismatches. But yeah, you've basically cycled through every defensive formation that you have here with just a very small amount of movement.
Yep. And it's because they're all designed from the same formation, and they're all the same players designed to be playing the same positions. So, for example, I just went offside there. I take a look at this, right? And then we take a look at this from above. The guy who's playing cornerback on the left is always the right outside linebacker, no matter what. Right?
Yeah.
Even in the 3-3-5, he is still the right outside linebacker.
Yeah.
Right? Because that's actually what the game maps your cornerback 3-2 if you were to line up in a conventional nickel or dime formation.
Yeah, that's right.
And by comparison, your dime back is actually your left outside linebacker and is always your left outside linebacker no matter what you audible into. Right? Your middle linebacker 2 in a 3-4, I believe, is one of your defensive ends if you end up audibling from a 3-4 to a 4-3. But you want to make, if you're going to run a 3-3-5 set, you want to make everything out of the 3-4 because the game is bugged in the way that the 3-4 and the nickel 3-3-5 and the quarter are designed.
That's right. Those formations are not compatible with one another.
Even though they should be.
The way that the 4-3, the 4 defensive line nickel, and the 4 defensive line dime are, right?
Yeah. Because they're all made from the same formation, right? Like the 4-man line ones are all made from the same formation. The only difference is how far the safeties back up when you decide to use that audible to back them up there, right? Whereas in a if I go to a like more standard formation, right, then they just back up as far as they would in the 4-3, and I actually prefer that because I don't like them standing 20 or 30 yards off the line. Because then you give up too much of the short pass, and if your guys can't get back in time to cover the pass when they're backed up like this from this position, they're not fast enough to play the position.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, anyway, this is something that we will see in real life here, starting in the Pro Bowl this season.
Yep.
When we switch sides. And I'm going to have a few new things on offense too, but we'll talk about that another time.
All right.
I guess we better play a game here now.
Indeed. And we're back.
Yep, we are. That was well brought up. Too bad I wasn't.
Yeah, excuse you.
Yeah, anyway, just a couple of things of note. Calvin Allen has reached the 1,800-yard rushing plateau so far, going into Week 15.
Yep.
So I think we've got 3 games left for him to break 2,000 yards again. And he's also leading the balloting for MVP, Offensive Player of the Year, and Best Running Back.
Nice.
So he's going to probably win all the hardware again this year. And we're up against the Badmen, so you might not get 200 yards rushing with him this game, but I'm pretty sure that, you know, like you've got 3 games left to get to 2,000 yards. I'm pretty sure you're going to make it to 2,000 yards.
Although, what's the team matchup look like? Because it looks like the Badmen are having some trouble this season.
Well, they're 7-6. Their rating doesn't show it, but yeah, you know, like they've lost 5 other games besides the one they've already played.
Look at the turnovers, though. Holy shit. They're negative 14 on turnovers.
Yeah, that's second last in the league. So yeah, maybe that's what the
issue is.
I don't know. But yeah, you know what? As the seasons go by, you know, some of these teams erode a little bit.
These guys were always kind of flaky, though, even as a pristine all-Madden team. I think that's just due to coaching.
Yeah, well, they're particularly their offensive play calling. Like, even in this game, I'm going to be playing pass. You know, like, I'm not going to take the run seriously unless they buckle down and, you know, run the ball a dozen or so times at least in the first half.
Although it looks like they brought on the Miami coach for their offense now, so maybe they won't throw so many flat passes.
Maybe. So, Rec V5X for the offense.
Yep.
Okay. And as usual, here, when we finish checking memory card slots, too bad they can't just check the slots once and go, yeah, they're there, and then everything is all good, right?
Oh, I don't mind.
Anyway, we're going to be playing the monster, and just having a quick look down here. We got Magic 02, so I'm working on the Magician's defense for next season when we begin the Magicians.
Nice, nice.
And anyway, here we go. So, I have to say, though, that even though my defense is far more rigid and less flexible than yours, I have still enjoyed a great deal of defensive success this season.
Your rigid formations tend towards a much more aggressive alignment.
Yeah,
right?
Well, like I said, I use a hammer to swat a fly, right?
Yeah, like, you basically put players into key positions where they need to be and play them from there, and then you kind of have to scramble a little if they call some sort of weird, fucked up audible that makes you have to do something different, but you come out with your strongest foot first looking to crush them, whereas I'm just looking to prevent any big gains. Right, I'm just like crossing my fingers and saying, please don't give up a touchdown.
Yeah.
And somehow that leads to one of the best defenses in the league.
Well, the thing is, though, you have to look at the way that most of the AI teams play, too. And we've talked about this before, but if you take away the flats and you take away the deep pass, you basically cripple anybody's offense, right?
Yeah, because they won't throw those short passes over the middle.
Well, they will at times, but they won't stick with it the whole game through, right?
Well, and I also have a couple of plays where I drop double hook zones into that area to try to generate interceptions.
Yeah. Yeah, if they start working that area too much, then you can make adjustments to, you know, like shut them down, too.
Or double spies work for that too.
Yeah. Yeah, and I do a little bit of that kind of stuff too, right?
You gotta watch it jumping around like that. They're liable to pull something.
And the captains are out there ready.
Okay, here we go, and I guess we get to call the toss here. We won the toss. We're going to defend this end. And the Badmen elect to receive. So here we go. Defensive audibles. I do use defensive audibles, but they are mainly just coverage audibles. Because I'll usually, I'll quite often call a zone defense, and then if I see what is potentially a mismatch, then I will audible to a man coverage, right? And that's how I deal with, you know, like coverage mismatches that I read on the field, right?
It's actually been a little while since I'd done this because off camera we were testing out the defensive playbook that I was making. Or the defensive adjustments, rather.
Yep.
hopefully I still got this.
Back to the field.
Well, you know what? The research is important too,
Visiting team are lined up
because you want to keep up the Crusaders tradition.
For as little as I actually put into it.
Yeah, well.
Oh, God.
The thing is, though, you do... Okay, oh, well, I guess that one's going out of bounds.
Yeah.
You do occasionally come up with an innovation, too, though, right?
I'm going to give them a big momentum swing right off the bat.
You're going to give them a big momentum swing right off the bat, hey?
That was like the worst kickoff kick all season.
Yeah, well, I guess it happens occasionally.
Douglas, the deep back. Cross play to the right. Loses one tackle. Jones records the stop.
Well, there's lots of guys over there to make the stop.
About 6 to go.
But oh my God, the Badmen ran a run play.
Yeah, they did. That hardly ever happens, right?
Yeah, they might run 2 more.
They're coming out in the I formation here. Wow. Wow, look at them running the ball here. Wow.
It's that Miami 3 yards in a cloud of dust.
Yeah, really, hey? What's going on with the Badmen today? They want to establish the run game.
You never know what's coming. They have a lot of formations, and they can.
So now it's time to play action to the halfback, right?
Yeah, right.
Scans the defense from the gun. Throws it.
That's a hook.
He's out of bounds. He couldn't keep his foot in.
But he never saw it. He has to make better reads.
I was playing a deep zone out there on that side anyway, right?
Yep.
Those wide deep zones, especially when you play a couple of deep zones in the middle as well, it keeps those cornerbacks out wide on those deep zones, right? Well, he kicked the hell out of that.
Thankfully, it bounced into the end zone.
Yeah.
Let's see if they can turn this first drive into points. 1st and 10.
Not against the nickel defense, I'm not. Not unless they move those linebackers.
You're going to run out of time if you don't decide what you're going to do.
Throwing on first down with the pass, and he hits his target. You could hear
well, we're going to throw a pass to Marshall.
Yeah.
Because there's no running against the nickel defense. I can run against a 4-3 all day long, but a nickel defense? No, that's not going to happen.
Shocking as it may seem, right?
Receives the handoff.
Well, you managed to fall across the first down marker there.
Yep.
So they have 1st and 10 here.
What are they doing here?
Playing a zone defense.
It would seem so.
Yeah, they're not playing like typically the Badmen play a 3-4, or at least they used to. But it looks like with their new coaching change, they've shifted to a 4-3.
Yes, they've really changed things up.
Calling an audible now. Jenkins with a man in motion.
There's some sort of mixed coverage here.
Hand off to the tailback.
Well, at least they made it back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I think that was the unblocked cornerback that came flashing in there and stuffed you, right?
Yep.
He has a fast first step. He can explode through the hole. And he needs a line to create that little crease or cutback lane to break free.
Looks like he's changing the play. Marshall comes in motion. Looking for room.
Nice run.
Yep.
At the 45-yard line. White picks up the first down. That's the 2nd time on this drive he's been able to move the chains.
Blue, 74. Yellow, 74.
Pass play here on first down. Closing in.
Uh-oh.
Well, at least I minimized the losses.
Yeah.
But anyways, we got pause for a quick sec.
Okay.
We're back.
Yes, and I just had the wrong mic setting there.
Yeah, I noticed you were on
I had the loud mic setting for the solo
for your
recordings.
solo recordings. Yeah, because you have a tendency to talk quieter when you're alone.
Yeah. Yeah, for some reason, I don't know why, but I guess I need an audience.
I guess you're not really much fun to listen to yourself or something.
Yeah.
Gets rid of it. Perfect pass. They'll knock him out of bounds at the 44.
We'll throw our 10-yard pass.
They've been able to pick up a first down.
Yeah, and the thing
Well,
is, they'll be doing
so
more
far,
than just picking up
you've
first
been just
downs.
managing to
Success continues.
go nice and
They're gonna be
steady.
picking up some points.
First and 10. Calling an audible. Jenkins with a man in motion.
Oh, look at him jog across there. Wow.
To be fair, he's Parkman. He kind of has to. He won't make it if he doesn't.
Oh, that corner came in there again and got him.
Yeah,
Right.
Outmaneuvered the fullback
Yep.
in the wide receiver position there.
That they might have a good tackling cornerback on that side too, right?
Yep. Oh, good.
Nickelback in this time.
Man coverage?
Jenkins sends a
Yes.
man in motion. He gets the carry. Has room. He shakes the defense.
Yes, it helps a lot if you can just take that cornerback out of the play without actually having to block him, right?
That's right.
Unstoppable force meets an immovable object. Well,
Now we'll
the
give Kelvin Allen a little bit
unstoppable
of a
force
rest
won
so
that
that he's
one.
not
Yeah,
at risk.
he looked like he was starting to tire a little bit there, yeah.
He sees something in the defense. Rhodes comes in motion.
See, it's funny, but I don't have to snap it right away if I motion from this side, but I have to snap it right away if I motion from the other side.
Yeah, I know. There's definitely some behavior differences depending on what you're doing, right?
Okay, well, I was really trying to get behind you, buddy, and you just wouldn't give me the room.
Oh, look at that. They only gave you 2 yards for that, too. Wow.
Yeah. I should have just sprinted ahead of my
you
blocker.
should have just ran ahead of him, yeah.
What a dick.
Well, he's only half as fast as you, right?
To carry it. He's at the 20.
Go, Kelvin Allen.
At the 11-yard line. Again and again. Another first down.
Yeah, and this offense has really impressed me on this drive. They've been moving the ball very
See, that's one thing that they're missing in this game is Hall of Fame inductions, I think.
Rhodes goes in motion.
But you know what? Eventually, when Kelvin Allen's career is over, he is definitely going to be a Hall of Fame player.
Oh, I couldn't believe Marshall missed that linebacker.
Yep.
I'll tell you, he's one of the most knowledgeable defenders in the league. He knows how to play the game, and he always knows what's going on.
Well, so far you're doing a good job moving the ball steadily down the field.
Just have to see how this play goes.
Well, the thing is that they had a lot of guys bunched at the line, and I don't really have an issue with that at this part of the field, right? Like when you're inside your 10-yard line, well, then that's the time to crowd everybody up, right?
But it doesn't do you any good when you have so much, like you might notice here, I'm on the short side of the field and I'm running to the wide side of the field. So I just have like endless room to just keep running sideways until I outrun everyone.
And if you look at the way the safety reacted there, because they do have one deep safety.
Yeah, he's playing a one deep, so he's totally out of position too.
But also he doesn't read or react very well to this play, right?
Yeah.
You know, I'm surprised that he didn't notice that you were running a little bit quicker.
Number 12 comes into a
But he might have been able to come down and at least keep you out of the end zone if he'd reacted a little more quickly, right?
Possibly. But also, too, it probably doesn't help that we have, like, Terrell Owens speed running backs.
Yeah.
So, you know.
The visiting team are ready to kick this one off.
Well, you pretty much steamrolled them on that drive.
And White had a pretty good outing, too.
And he got all of that one, a great kick.
Yeah, well, it was kind of the 1-2 punch going on there, right? one guy gets tired, so
the other guy goes in.
The other guy goes in, yeah.
First and 10.
But we also had that really nice, sneaky tight end motion inside run. That was a nice play. Oh, don't jump.
Okay, well.
So he's called for encroachment.
Yeah, he jumped early and touched it.
They're like, these guys are pulling away a little too quick. We got to call some penalties here.
Yeah, really, hey.
It's now 1st and 5 after the penalty.
But even there, even though I found it somewhat easy to move the ball against these guys, I still had to throw some passes. It's definitely not Madden 12 easy. And there's our safety backer saving the long run.
Yep. Well.
He just exploded towards the marker that time. That was a big-time run.
So they have 1st and 10 here.
See, I just don't like having two receivers on one side.
Yep.
But here with a big formation, I don't really need to worry about that.
He's there to make yet another outstanding defensive play.
He made a name for himself with plays like that. He's one of those guys that every defensive coordinator would love to have on his team. He's smart, he plays with good intensity, and he's a heck of a leader on and off the field.
Slight change in the defensive alignment. Pressure.
Nice.
Yeah, almost got him.
That was a pretty good throw, and the receiver was able to get.
I don't know if that was a good throw. I think that was more of a, oh shit, I coughed it up, and hopefully somebody's standing over there to try to catch that.
Yeah.
Better a black jersey than a red jersey in his case.
I suppose, eh?
Under pressure.
Almost got him again.
Doing good.
Yeah, well, I'm getting the pressure there. He's just throwing it away a little bit too quickly. See, that first time I played a 4-deep zone out of that, and then the second time I was playing man 3 flats, right?
Yep.
Because they showed me 2 running backs and a tight end.
Fair catch called for.
But like an all Madden team, their punt coverage is just immortal good. Like,
yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty tough to get punt return yardage against these guys.
The defense lines up in the nickel. Changing the play now.
They line up in the nickel, do they? But we'll see about that.
Well, they're going to have 10 guys on the line here.
And possibly a 1-deep coverage.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody turned the wrong way against Marshall.
Yep. He is wide open.
They convert to the first down on that throw.
Sometimes they can, because they're all Madden players, they can still recover from that, though. Even if they do turn the wrong way, just because they're superhuman, right?
Yeah, well, they are the fastest and most agile
cream of the crop
coverage guys in the game, right?
Wow, that's a face mask.
Yeah, that's a big face mask, too.
Oh, look, we're going to start at 1st and 10 because of the face mask.
Yeah, it wipes out the big loss on the run.
You see what he did was he grabbed it and he held on to it and he tried to bring him down.
Got a cramp in your foot there.
Cramp in my foot, yeah. Wow.
Maybe a little dehydrated or what?
I don't think so, but I don't know.
Jenkins with a man in motion. Looks like he's calling an audible. Again with a carry.
I'll take that.
Yep.
At the 46-yard line. Gain of 7. They have to get the ball inside the 45 to convert for the first down.
Yeah, your rushing attack is relentless.
I like to run the ball.
Mills, the motion man.
Good things happen when you stay on the ground.
That's right.
Carter brings him down at the 38-yard line.
Right, the ground attack is just like a Terry's chocolate orange.
Nice job up front. Holding their block, allowing him to get a good run for a first down.
Yeah, I wonder if they could even run that commercial anymore.
Actually, I think I saw it.
Where the chick in the bathtub falls through the floor?
I think I saw it in somewhat recent years.
Jenkins sends a man in motion.
Okay.
I don't know, people are a little too sensitive about that kind of thing nowadays, right?
They vary. I don't know. I think it's mostly like the overwhelmingly loud minority rather than normal people that care about that stuff.
Yeah.
Not going to happen, and they end up losing a bunch of yards.
Right. People will enjoy a good laugh if they see one, I think.
Uh-huh.
Ooh, somebody was a little slow off the line there, Rhodes. What happened?
Well, he is a little slow.
Yeah, but he also was a little slow getting going there. Although he did come open, so I guess I shouldn't complain. I guess I shouldn't complain.
So it's third down as they try to get
He did what I asked him to do.
And convert.
Well,
Changing the play now.
now they've got an 11-man line.
Now they've got a 3-3-5. And a completely different looking defense.
Slings it out left side.
Oh, well, that was a good catch there. That looked like that pass was a bit off target, and he had to go after it.
Yeah, well, I threw it hard and led it to the outside, and maybe I ended up giving it a little bit too much. That's the way I normally throw that pass, though, because I'm trying to keep it away from the defenders and everything.
Yeah. Well, so far this season, I was looking at some stats, and you're not going to have any 1,000-yard receivers. Wow,
that was a house blitz.
Yeah, the whole side of the line didn't do any blocking there.
Well, that was a house blitz, though. Like, the safety came in from that side and everything.
Yeah.
Everyone was rushing there.
But anyway, like I was saying, you're not going to have any 1,000-yard receivers this season. But both of your tight ends, Marshall and Easley, are probably going to have around between 600 and 700 yards receiving.
Dropping back. Gets rid of it.
Between the two of them, they've caught as many passes as the rest of the offense combined.
Clearly regarded as one of the most accurate passes in the league, and with passes like that, you know what.
Yeah, you know what? When he lets it go, he's not trying to throw it in the direction of his receiver. He's trying to hit him right in the hand. Put the ball right at their fingertips.
So when Easley retires, which could happen this season or maybe next season, he is going to be badly missed.
Yep. Although maybe not so much. We got Sarah.
Yeah.
With the throw, goes down and gets it.
Sarah is kind of developing into Easley's replacement. He's even the same type of player because they both started at fullback.
Yeah, except that Sarah's better blocker.
Yeah. A little bit better blocker, not quite as agile. That'll develop over time.
Marshall comes in motion. With the carry.
Follow your blocker.
Yeah, well, somebody got out there and knocked someone down.
Just a short pickup on that play, John.
They're just trying to get this run.
Yeah, that
was Marshall in motion there, and he just kept running around the outside just like a pulling lineman, eh?
Doing the good work. Doing exactly what we wanted him to do.
Jenkins with a man in motion. He'll get it again.
Well, it didn't quite work as well that time, but...
No, although they were showing the same thing, right? So I figured I'd try it again.
Well, now you're up against the goal line defense.
Number 35, in motion. Give it off again.
Ooh, that was not good.
No, you're not. You're kicking a field goal now.
Yeah, I couldn't get in between them, and then he got pushed back a whole bunch, so I couldn't get around him either.
Yeah, well, your right guard is that low strength guy that gets pushed backwards a bit every now and then.
Drags the ball carrier down for a loss.
It is what it is.
And it's up. Boy, he really got into that one. Easily clearing the crossbar.
May end up having to draft a couple of offensive linemen in this offseason too, because the left guard Kramer is like getting up there. He's 33 years old. And there's is this one gonna, yeah, okay, he's gonna have to field this one
from the 10.
Well, maybe not have to, but it's risky not to.
I've seen them bounce back into the middle of the field occasionally when they don't refield those. Like they'll if they don't field those, sometimes they regret it, right?
Yep.
Douglas lines up behind his fullback in
the okay, going to move the tight end away from that side. Going to run the ball, and French is going to be unblocked.
That one goes for just a few yards. He was building up some steam, but couldn't keep it going.
You have to credit the defense for playing the run so well. If they can keep holding them to gains like that, you won't see too many rushes from the offense in the second half.
They line up in the I formation.
Oh, went off there and grabbed the running back, and I had the quarterback dead to rights, too.
That's okay. You had Danny Jones to put a stop to that play.
That is so annoying, though. I hate that.
Good old play action.
3rd and 5.
Well, they say one of the things you could run play action for is to get rid of overly aggressive blitzing, right?
Yeah.
I don't think that was the right play call.
Yeah, really, eh? Especially because they didn't block me. Like,
this is still way too far to make a first down with this kind of play anyways.
Well, the thing is that in this game, like, I've got to tell you that this kind of thing, I started to see this in about the mid-'80s in the CFL, right? Where they'd hand the ball off out of the shotgun and various different things.
Yep.
The Toronto Argonauts started doing that one year, actually, and it was such a thing that nobody knew how to handle it, and they were really having a lot of success doing it because no one had ever done that before, right?
Yep.
But eventually this kind of thing started showing up in the NFL, but it's also kind of like the pistol formation, right? Like they were doing that in the CFL a few years before they started doing it in the NFL, right?
Yeah, because it's a much more pass-oriented game, so you need to have much more pass-oriented formations as a staple, right?
Well, and also, though, they were trying to figure out how you could, effectively hand the ball off out of a shotgun formation because shotgun formations were used so often in the CFL, right?
Yep. Okay. Well, we've got a lot of rushing yards. That's good news.
But, even to this day in the NFL, if a quarterback passes for 300 yards in a game, he's had a big game, right? But, 300 yards passing is actually fairly not all that unusual in the CFL for almost anybody, right?
Yep. Not that I would know, since I've actually never really watched the CFL. Mostly your experience there.
Well, I've watched it less in recent years than I used to because my local team changed their name for politically correct reasons.
Yeah, to some dumb bullshit.
And I found that to be very offensive. And also, they haven't done anything worthwhile in a long time, right?
Probably because nobody takes pride in that kind of thing anymore. I don't know. It's always, again, like, who are these people who decide what's offensive and what's not, right?
Yeah.
Because lots of people...
I mean, it wasn't offensive for, nearly 80 years before this.
Well, I mean, the same thing happened with the Washington football team, too, right?
Yeah.
Yet a lot of these names end up actually chosen by the groups that are represented on the logos and everything, and they take a lot of pride in these things.
What I heard was that the guy who was in the picture on the original Redskins helmet was a real person.
That's right, yeah.
And his descendants are not happy that they changed the name of the team and took his picture off of their logos and stuff, right?
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't be happy either.
His family, I guess, was kind of considered that a point of pride that great grandpa or whoever it was on the Washington football team's logos and stuff, right?
Yep.
Shepard makes the tackle at the 28. Allen has shown why he's such a threat on the ground.
But I don't know. You see a lot. You've seen a lot of that kind of thing over the years, sadly.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's normal people that have a problem with it. I think it's just like special interest groups and things like that.
Yeah, it's just that they're loud, right?
Yep.
Whereas the silent majority is just too quiet.
Oh, I saw a gap there and I went to it and then it just got closed up. That's too bad.
That's because the defense did a good job.
Too bad. Shouldn't have been so naive.
Would be an effective way to keep them off balance while trying to draw them offside.
They come out of the nickel. Jenkins sends a man.
Linebacker on white? No, they're actually just not going to cover him.
Nobody on white. Or safety or something, but he's like way out of position, right?
No, there's nobody on white.
Well, there is somebody, but he's, like I said, he's so far to the inside of the field, he doesn't have a chance, right?
You're in a hole here on third down, and they come through with this perfect play that gets him a first and keeps the drive going.
Looks like he's changing the play.
Actually, the way that your offense has been going here, this game has gone very quickly so far.
On the call.
You know, like it's played really fast.
Yep. Well, I guess just lucky, I guess. Ooh, I hurt that guy.
Yeah, you're just chewing up the clock, right? You know, like grinding it up.
Well, I like to run the ball a lot, and I like to throw short passes when I can't run the ball. But I'd rather just run the ball. If they would just let me run the ball over and over and over, that's what I'd do.
You need to get that shuffle step handoff thing on the inside going there. Although I don't think you can do it from this formation because they're too deep.
Oh, holding!
Well, of course it's going to happen, right? Now you gotta...
Wasn't even on the right side of the line. Wow. Come on.
Second and long.
Ref's trying to decide the outcome of the game, huh?
Well, just trying to slow you down a little bit. Ooh.
Excuse you.
Yeah. That carbonated water, you know.
With the throw, and it's complete.
Well, you got most of that back.
Yeah, we'll get that yardage back by tossing it over to Easley.
This is the 10th play of this drive. 2-minute warning coming
Well, it's third down. You can make a first down without scoring a touchdown.
Although they've got a defensive lineman on Easley, so maybe I could just toss it at him.
Yeah, probably. You gonna throw this before the 2-minute warning, or
I think so, yeah, because I've got a touchdown here.
Try and take advantage of the mismatch.
Yep.
With the pass.
Yeah, that was a mismatch.
Yeah, defensive linemen can't cover passes. Don't do that. That's a bad idea.
Well, unless you've got fast defensive linemen, right?
Well, even for us, it doesn't work so good. We've got very fast defensive linemen because I basically convert them from linebackers. Right? I take big linebackers and make them into defensive linemen. It still doesn't work very well.
They just can't seem to stop them.
Yeah, I think they've only had the ball twice so far in the first half, right?
He got all of that one.
Well, that was a better kick.
From the 3.
Wow, that was really good coverage. That guy really dilly-dallied out there.
That was very good coverage.
I don't know what he was doing, but he definitely wasn't trying to return that or anything. A very lackluster effort on that play.
The quarterback gets set with only one back behind him. With the carry, French with the tackle at the 20-yard line.
Oh, now they're going to hurry it up.
Drops back. Throwing.
Oh, that was going to be an interception.
That was going to be an interception, but that guy knocked it down. He got in the way of it.
Well, you can't complain about too much pass coverage.
Yeah, that's true.
Changing things up along the defensive front. Out of the gun. Feeney sends a man in motion. Dropping back, gets the pass over.
Oh, there you go.
There's Tom Platt with an interception.
Nice.
You know what I was doing there?
What?
I was playing 4 deep zone plus 1 man on the right-hand side. And then I had basically 3 short zones, a flat, 2 flats, and a hook zone in the middle.
Yeah, that was really nice. Oh, look, they got that defensive lineman on Easley again. And what the hell is going on there?
It looks like he's running into an invisible barrier.
He's very jammed up there.
Yeah.
With the throw,
oh! Well, you capitalized on that interception.
Yeah, wow, that was a terrible pass coverage again. They got to stop doing that.
See, that's my form of prevent defense, though, right? Out of that. Basically, I built that 3-3-5 out of the quarter 3 deep.
Yeah, well, this I'm just going to say, this is another one of the reasons why I don't run the goal line defense.
Yeah.
Right? And I mean, I don't know if it was the way I turned there or what, but...
Yeah, he just missed you.
He just missed me. He could have kept me out. It's not like Easley can break tackles. He actually has a very lackluster break tackle ability.
Yeah, well, he was playing badly out of position, right?
The kick is up. The extra point attempt is good. Great run. 24 straight points.
They've really been playing some good football.
Wow, well, you know, all of these points have been scored, like, at the end of the first half here. Here, we scored 7 points on you, now you can come back and try again.
From the 2. The last time they had the ball, they turned it over on an interception.
Well, let's see. We got 4 wide receivers. Okay, we got nobody in the backfield here, hey? Okay.
So they have 1st and 10 here. Feeney will work out of the shotgun. Throwing on 1st down with the pass.
Well, a little bit soft on the coverage there, buddy, but okay. I guess you just didn't want to give up a touchdown there or something. Ooh, nice.
I got him.
Get up, Jefferson.
Hurry up, get in position there, you.
Yeah, at least he's quick.
Huh. I'm going to have to move him over here. Okay, I guess we'll go this side. Oh, what was that?
That was double coverage.
Going deep on 3rd down, but he couldn't get the ball to the receiver. Unable to get anything.
That was a bit of a scrambly play anyways, right?
Yeah, it was a mess.
Here's the punt.
Wowee. I'm going to get a few yards on this one. Ooh.
And the offense getting ready to come back.
You still have a minute.
It's 1st and 10.
I won't after I run the ball a few times, assuming they let me.
Jenkins with a man in motion. They give it to the halfback, number 51, with the stop at the 39. Maybe a yard or 2 on that run.
This offense is determined to establish a running game here in the first half.
We sure are, John. We sure are.
Rose, the man in motion.
Yeah, but you know what this offensive performance that you've had in this game, though, has done is it basically created opportunities for that interception and that last defensive series too, right? Because now they've changed what they were doing.
Yep. Because they don't have any time.
And they're trying to grasp at straws and trying to force a big play, right?
Yeah, it's not going to work. Because we design anti-big play plays.
Pretty much, yeah.
Across midfield. Big hit there. He was run over by a truck.
Yeah, 2-ton truck pulling a truck.
Well, I think that's it.
Yep, that'll be it for the first half.
I'll say the offensive line created some movement up.
And a well-played first half it was. Particularly on offense. You've been basically able to do whatever you want.
Yeah, they've been pretty soft compared to the Knights.
Yeah,
like,
really.
Wow, the Knights were stiff.
The Knights have like a 79 rated defense, and they played like they were 90.
And these guys have a 96 rated defense.
Yeah, and they're playing like they're 79.
Yeah, not only that, but the Knights had a bunch of injuries too. Yeah. So I don't know.
Anyway, I guess we'll take the halftime. Oh, that's actually something I was going to mention.
Yeah?
Is that I played the Knights in the Crusaders practice league.
Yep.
and ended up with a very similar score.
Yeah, that's the game we were practicing my defensive playbook in.
And then later on, I went back, and in the Lifers practice league, I played the Knights.
It was
a very similar score.
I guess they're just actually like a really well coached team.
It appears that if they happen to have been random, like when you did the random generation for those way back when, if they'd have come out as an all Madden team, they'd probably be almost invincible.
Yeah, they're really strong
because they play really good defense, and they seem to play they're well coached. But anyway, we'll take the halftime stretch.
All right. And we're back.
Yes, and I was looking at the stats at halftime. And among other things, the time of possession here is 24 minutes.
Yeah, there's only 30 minutes in the first half. So
yeah, the Badmen had the ball for just slightly less than 6 minutes in the first half, which could explain why they have no points at this point in the game.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
And by the way, Bo Jenkins was a perfect 12 for 12 for 104 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Wow, nice.
So, yeah. And of course, 9 of those passes were caught by either Easley or Marshall.
What can I say? I like tight ends.
So, anyway, so far, offensively, things have gone pretty much according to plan.
The home team are set to kick it deep. Nice.
And you're going to get the ball back to start the second half, too.
From the 6 to the 20.
With this kind of lead,
I've been basically spending most of my time sitting here watching you play.
Yeah, watching me throw short passes and hand the ball off.
Yeah.
Or hand the ball off and hand the ball off longly.
Well, this has been a basically masterwork ball control game for you, right? Like I said at the beginning of, or at the end of the first half, you pretty much were able to do whatever you wanted.
That just goes to show you that the coach trusts the guy to hang on to the ball.
Sprained elbow, that's that safety.
Yep.
Well, they've taken him back to the
I guess he ain't coming back.
Exactly how serious the injury is.
They're dead on this play.
Yep.
All right, Jill, thank you for the update. Hand it off to the back. Williams is the
that guy cut to the outside, so he stopped me from burning them, but
yeah.
You never know when
I still managed to pick up some yards.
Break loose into the secondary.
Yeah, Calvin Allen had nearly 100 yards rushing in the first half, too.
Stepping it up on third down all day.
What are they doing today?
Well, you win-win either way because you're going to throw it to Allen here. If he'd have rotated that linebacker back toward the middle of the field, you would have had Easley wide open.
Well, at least assuming he hadn't gotten jammed.
I mean, that coverage is just not good coverage against the type of offensive play you had out there, right?
I think to stop that particular play, you have to run full man coverage jam. Basically.
Yeah. Well, at the very least, full man coverage so that, like everybody is covered by someone, right? It's just so easy to pick them apart because with partial man coverages, obviously they're going to cover the outside receivers first, right?
In most situations, yes.
Jenkins sends a man in motion. Again with the run.
Oh.
Just crunched him.
The thing is, when you get hit like
couldn't
that,
fall
like
forward.
Bumblebee in your helmet. You just can't get rid of it.
And John is still trying to move the ball on the ground.
This is a tough physical team that likes to run the ball.
Yes, that shuffle step handoff inside won't work with this formation because your fullbacks are too deep in the backfield, right?
Slow down those pass rushers.
That actually only works if they're up close.
Hand it off.
There.
Looks like he
I just wanted something a little wider than that dive there.
Yep.
And they're frustrating this defense.
Oh, and I've tired out Kelvin Allen, so now it's White's turn.
Yep, he's voluntarily taken himself out of the game, has he? Well, he had like 21 carries in the first half.
Some teams manage
So you've been working him hard.
Running game. And that's mostly because their passing game is very effective. especially their short.
Yeah, you can cut around the outside.
You're doing that on purpose somehow, aren't you?
Well, it looks like if I motion the tight end during the middle of another audible, then I can get him to hustle.
Oh, okay.
Looks like he's changing the play. Jenkins with a man in motion.
Kind of timing dependent, but
yeah,
depends on what I'm doing.
White. Hall with the tackle at the 35-yard line. Gain of about a yard.
Well, yards were gained.
Yeah, yard was gained. Yep. Well, 3rd and 3 is not so bad. You have a lot of options in 3rd and 3.
Yeah, like running the ball. Oh, just couldn't hold that guy.
Yeah, he managed to get away. Well, this is your first possession of the game where you did not score some points, though.
Yeah, well, you know.
But you still managed to, like, burn up 6 minutes of the 3rd quarter, right?
Not much hang time on this one, and he chooses not to return this one.
Nice.
Oh, nice. Stop dead as soon as it landed.
That'll learn him.
Yep.
Inside their own 20. Beanie out of the gun.
Oh, look at this. Wow. They cheated to try and catch me before I could move.
Yep.
And look at that.
Yeah, you ended up with a guy shooting through the middle.
Well, not only that, but look at the guy coming around the edge, too. The tackle there had to choose between which one he wanted to block, and he didn't block either of them.
Let's get back to the action on the field.
Wow.
Yeah, if you try to block everybody, you block nobody, as John says.
Yeah, that's what that's what he says. If you try to block everybody, you block nobody. And he blocked nobody there.
Well, we're just seeing an ample demonstration as to how Clint made the all-Madden team.
Oh, look at that! They made They only made 1 first down in the first half.
Well, they made a first down in the second half now.
They made a first down here, though.
We'll see if it's their only one or if they have more success. I think they just found the seam in the coverage there.
Yeah. Which can happen from time to time.
Douglas is the deep back. Feeney sends a man in motion. Douglas.
See that? It's like a wall of defenders, right?
Yep.
It's a wall.
9 yards to go.
Uh-oh. Oh, well, audible to a man coverage there.
Goes over the middle.
Yeah, that was at the defender that time. He just wasn't awake.
Yeah, that was overthrown just a little bit, too. Right?
And this is the 5th play of this drive. Douglas, the lone back. Drops back, under pressure, with the pass.
Oh!
This pass is pass.
That was almost 2 shots at one.
Yeah. Yeah, that one, I guess he can't catch him every time. He got the interception earlier this game, but that time he couldn't find the handle, I guess.
Here's the kick. From the 32-yard line.
That's why I like to play zone defenses a lot, though, because, you know, like the zone, if you mix up the man and zone and I play them about 50-50, it seems to really mess with the AI's offense, right?
Number 35 moves in motion.
And they make mistakes.
Hangs it off to the back. Right, takes him down.
Well, that wasn't the cleanest run ever, but it was a run for 3 yards.
It was a run.
If I'd executed that perfectly, I could have got 4, but
Calling an audible.
things developed in a way that I wasn't quite expecting.
Looks like he's changing the play.
Well, it looks like they've stiffened up against the run here a little bit in the third quarter.
And he'll get the call. Number 51.
Or at least against the repertoire of runs I've been using so far.
Yeah, well, you just ran out of room at the sideline there. If the field was 5 yards wider, you would have made it.
Yeah, well, that's the same situation as before, except the field was 5 yards wider, right?
Yeah.
Looking for a receiver with the pass.
Wow, that's a mismatch. Linebacker against White is a mismatch.
Yep, you just can't do that.
By White.
And the thing is, you can't.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. We want to get our rookies out there.
Huh.
Because we've got a fullback who's in the running for Rookie of the Year.
Yep, you do.
Wrong guy.
But you need to give him some playing time.
Let's get back to the play on the field. So they have 1st and 10 here.
Set. Green. 16.
Yeah, give me the wide side like that, maybe. Maybe this will work. Probably it won't.
Well, if you can hit that gap between the end and that outside linebacker, maybe. Nope, you had an offensive lineman pushed backward in the.
Yep, that was pretty brutal.
Loss of around 2. First down marker is just inside the 32. Calling an audible now.
Let's go. Come on. Shut him down.
Drops back. He's looking, throwing.
Oh, the overthrow. The scripted overthrow.
The scripted overthrow. So now you're going to have to try and hope for that. Nope, they're going to play a zone defense now on you, so they're not going to give up that pass to White on the outside this time.
Might be okay if we can run to the outside.
Running against the dime, maybe.
He tucks it away. Right with the stop.
Well, it was a heroic effort for 5 yards, but it wasn't going anywhere.
Yeah, well.
They're going to keep pounding away, wearing down this defense, and working the clock.
With the score being what it is right now, I don't think that you need to take any risks anyway.
I'm inclined to agree.
This one is shallow and short.
Wow, look at that. There's a dead spot on the field between the 5 and 10 yard line, eh?
Just a little mini place where the half pipe used to be, right?
Yeah. Well, let's see here.
Deep in their own territory. Douglas, the deep back. Feeney with a man in motion. Carswell records the tackle at the 15-yard line. Pickup of about 8. Second and a deuce.
Oh, it's the
Defensive line
single back tight.
They've got receivers bunched together on both sides of the ball. Pressure coming, throwing.
Wow, that came out odd.
And he picks up.
He's lucky. He's lucky he got that away at all because I got a massive hit on him there. Okay, well.
So they have first.
It'll be the backup in now.
Yep. That's okay. He's a good player
some
too.
Personnel up front. Douglas in the backfield. Sends it off to the back. Number 50.
Yeah, we just generally have a lot of good linebackers on this team.
Oh yeah, this team is amazing.
See, that's why you draft linebackers. Linebackers for safety, linebackers for linebacker, linebackers for defensive end. You can even stick them at defensive tackle if they're big enough.
Ball on their own 19.
Thing is, though, what do you do with all of the defensive tackles that you have then?
Oh, you drop them.
You're going to drop Roble? Really?
Yep.
Look at what he just did.
He's getting old. I had already been training his replacement before you made some defensive adjustments. I had the ideas about Nakfur or Pete replacing him.
Ah.
With enough training, of course. Just like Roble had to train up to 90 strength, they've got to train up to 90 strength.
Inside their own 20.
Not that I run defensive tackles on my defense anymore.
The offense has had trouble moving the sticks on third down so far. Pressure.
Well, there's the other defensive tackle that just got a sack there.
One of the last things you want is an offense.
Right?
Momentum. You can move it backwards.
So as we get set for the punt, let's take a look at our returners' stats.
So long as I keep playing the monster, there's always going to be a need to keep 4 defensive tackles on the roster. Because you have to have 3 to play plus a backup, right? Hey, I'm starting to get some yardage on punt returns here in the second half.
Very nice.
Now as they come back out onto the field. It's 1st and 10. Nickelback in this time.
Yeah, okay. I can run against that.
Look at that. The Vultures beat the Desperados.
This one is handed off. He has some room. Missed tackle. Missed tackle.
That'll make up for the first few attempts.
Yep. Tell you to watch out because he just got decked.
So we've reached the end of the third quarter with the visiting team. The home team, 24-0. The teams are set for the fourth quarter of play. Jill, any more information on the injury?
Uh-oh. Well, I guess he's out for the rest of the game.
At least it's only for the game.
Yeah. Well, he is an aging veteran, though, and you know what? He is definitely going to be challenged for his starting spot next season.
22, 8-yard game. 2 yards to go. Changing the play now.
They just don't want to let Simpson run.
Nope, they're scared of that, probably. But the funny thing is that, you know what? Golston can run pretty well from the fullback position, too.
Yeah, he's actually a reasonably good runner.
Yeah.
He got caught. I'll tell you one thing.
Where Parkman is mostly a blocker, Golston is mostly a ball carrier.
Yeah. Well, and a pass receiver. In my offensive system, I throw a lot of passes to the fullback, too, right?
Yeah, although he did really develop really well into a blocker, too, I gotta say.
Yeah.
It's just nobody blocks as well as Parkman, not even some of our offensive line.
Fullback handoff. Anderson is
well, at least I picked up yards.
Yeah. Yeah, you got 2.
And a pickup of about 2. The lead to reach the 7.
From nothing, that's not bad.
Calling an audible now. Simpson.
Oh, you got 2 more.
Two,
one more.
One more.
3rd and 7 coming up here.
Getting shafted by the
success on 3rd down
ball
so far.
spots.
3rd down conversions are usually a good barometer of how well your offense is playing. It means that your offense is making big plays.
Oh, well, guess we're going to see if he can block that corner. No one's been able to block that cornerback yet today.
Go, come on, you guys.
Wow, look at that, eh?
Yeah, how many guys are there to try to block that guy?
They just all kind of pressed together, and none. There were 3 of them there, and none of them blocked that guy.
Man, oh man.
Well, I guess you're kicking a field goal.
Unbelievable.
Getting into position to have at least 3 points.
Number 12 comes
Yeah, sure, something like that, John.
Yeah. Got screwed on the broken blocking logic, so now we have to kick a field goal.
He made that one easily. And they're dominating on.
Well, they got to get their time of possession somehow, right?
By the way, at the beginning of this game, Costanza had 40 field goals on the season.
Well, now he has 41 at least.
Yeah.
Actually, I think he has 42 now.
Yeah, he's got a couple in this game. He leads the league in field goals anyway, and not by a little bit either, by a lot.
The offense takes over after they were unable to get any points on their last drive.
Well,
it's 1st and 10.
Let's get him. Come on.
we'll play a little bit of man coverage here.
The quarterback gets set with only one back behind him. Tosses it left. Play in the backfield. John, the coaches are always talking about his intensity and awareness.
Okay.
Those are the type of plays where you see those qualities really showing himself. He's a cornerstone of this defense.
You see that graphic?
Position to make the play.
Feeney will work out of the shotgun. Under
Oof.
pressure.
Ben French gets the sack.
The veteran slips in there and
See, you were talking about how I line up because, like, I want to crush them, right?
That's right, yeah.
And that's basically what I'm doing here. I'm occupying this side of the offensive line right here. And Ben French is lining up and running in a straight line, basically.
Right at the quarterback, yep.
Right at the quarterback. And because I always rip toward this gap, right? And so basically I occupy the center, and then I occupy the left guard too.
Yep.
And the left tackle's too far away to move back, and the halfback there doesn't really see Ben French coming, right?
Yep.
So yes, I do. I want to crush my opposition.
it's now 3rd and long after the sack. Feeney back in the shotgun, looking for a receiver with the pass. And
Well, that was a pretty high-risk pass.
The defender was just asleep there.
Yeah.
Danny Jones, what are you doing out there?
Oh, well.
I guess at least he made the tackle.
Yeah.
Maybe he figured, it's like 4th and like 20 whatever.
So
All I gotta do is hit the guy.
lineup to punt. Here's the kick.
Wow.
From the 48-yard
They've been
line.
really out-kicking their coverage here in the second half.
Trying to force the issue on that too, I think.
I've been able to get a little bit of a return on every single punt. Look at this. They've only got 40 yards of net offense so far.
Receives the
Oh.
Wow. I think somebody came through the middle there.
Yeah, somebody dropped the block in the backfield. I think we're going to need to run a stretch run to make up some lost yardage.
The 35.
Or,
Or go to the curls play.
yeah.
Or throw a streak to Allen.
You gonna try and throw the lob pass, are you?
Well, he is covered by a linebacker.
Yeah. Kind of depends. They're going to drop the safeties off, too. Oh, look at that. You managed to get it past that safety.
The 27-yard line. How about that speed? Great individual effort.
It's not really a great place to drop the safeties back from.
No, but they can get away with it, though, if you were to try and extend that out and throw the really long pass.
Mills, the man in motion.
Basically, you threw it early there to get rid of it and get it to the receiver while that guy was still out of position, right?
Yep.
So that was a pickup of about 9. 2nd and about 1.
Set. Red 16.
Mills in motion.
Can Mills block that corner?
I hope so. He does it on the regular, usually.
I don't know.
Hand it off.
Oh,
Yeah, I went the wrong gap. Wrong gap.
Allen couldn't pick up any blocking on
well,
that.
now it's 3rd and 2.
Now it's 3rd and 2.
They're extremely disciplined. They get off their blocks very quickly. Makes it tough to find openings when you're
And of course, you got to go to 4 wide receivers in 3rd and
Downs haven't been
2.
much of an obstacle, and it's helped them to take the lead. Directing traffic.
Stop waving your hands.
Play clock was ticking
Yeah,
down.
gonna have to call a timeout because he's not gonna stop waving his hands around.
He just really needs you to know that he's making like this weird motion with his hands.
Inside the 17.
Oh, okay, this looks really good.
They've done very well on third
Yeah,
down.
It already looks really good.
That was just nonsense that they added. Like, they didn't have that in Madden 04. And you know what? When I was playing Madden 04, I wasn't sitting there thinking, you know, it would be really great if they would add like an 8-second animation trap on the quarterback when you call it
where
audible,
he waves
right?
his hands a whole
Like they should really put that in the game because it's in real life, right?
I don't know. I mean,
like
the thing is, though, is I don't think they wave their hands around quite that slowly.
I'm pretty sure that
if they had to hustle, they would stop waving their fucking hands.
I'm pretty sure that most professional quarterbacks are very aware of how much time there is on the play clock, and they aren't going to start doing something that they can't finish before the play clock runs out.
Well, you see, one of the unfortunate things about that, too, is that they added, they have special AI for some of the significant quarterbacks in this game, right? Like Peyton Manning, for example.
Yeah.
Where he'll call a bunch of pre-snap audibles before every single play. But the problem is that with the added hand-waving, like, animation, he'll take, like, the most delay of games out of any other quarterback in the league.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's because Peyton Manning actually did call a lot of audibles at the line, right? Like, almost every play.
Yeah. And I mean, I guess, like, they were trying to faithfully recreate that, but it doesn't work with the new animations.
No.
It worked in Madden 04 just fine. It didn't work in this.
Well, they added some things in for Madden 05 that I think they could have just left out, and it would have been just as good. And yeah, those animation trap things was one of them, right? Well, you had to chase him a ways there.
Yeah, well, I kind of had to run around the outside of the blockers there and cut back in because I shanked that the other way.
So they have 1st and 10 here.
Oh, what are we doing now? Shotgun.
Feeney starts out of the shotgun, dropping back the pass.
Oh, got cut blocked.
Surveying the field.
Oh, you just threw it right at Danny Jones.
All right.
That's interception number 6 for Danny Jones.
Very nice.
Play the run well, ones who play the pass well, and ones that do both well. He's a both kind of player.
Calling an audible now. Directing traffic.
I don't think you're going to manipulate them into what you want.
Actually, I got this. This doesn't look so bad.
Oh, except that...
they didn't block that guy. Why?
This defense is extremely...
I don't know why. Why did they do these things?
Who knows?
Creating havoc in the backfield.
Yeah, creating havoc in the backfield. That's absolutely what that was.
Yeah.
So much havoc in the backfield.
Gets the pass off, and he hits his
Another pass to Marshall.
Nice job creating some separation,
well, 3rd and goal from the 2.
Defense needs to keep track of that guy a little better. He can make that kind of grab anytime. Consistent success on 3rd down, which they've had, usually translates into a win.
Oh,
yeah, not going to do it.
Mills couldn't block the corner. That might have worked if you'd have motioned him to the other side, eh?
I think so.
If that corner had followed him?
Yeah, maybe. I guess I just wasn't thinking about it. I was just kind of hoping that he would get that guy.
Yeah, I think that the corners on this team are pretty tough to block, right? They've been in on a lot of the your wide runs.
Well, if you think about it this way, though, I'm going to eat some more time off the clock by kicking this field goal.
You're going to eat up some more time. And, yep. It's funny, they held you to no points in the 3rd quarter. And now in the 4th quarter, they're just falling to pieces, right?
Oh, you never know. I might have been a little bit rusty after the break.
No, I think that... you know, they played a little bit better maybe for a little while.
Did you see that guy move out of the way there?
Yeah, I saw him move out of the way there. Wow.
That's one of the things that's
He
going
stutter
on in this
stepped
league
me.
right now.
Yep.
Too many guys going for the big
Oh.
hit instead of wrapping
Okay.
up the ball
Shotgun
carrier.
empty backfield this time.
They're dead.
He'll pass on first down. Looking for a receiver. Throwing.
Oh, he almost caught that.
Almost. That was double covered, though. Right? Double coverage on that.
Feeney scans the defense from the gun. Dropping back, throws it.
Wow, got some.
Nice pass defense.
You know what? That came out pretty late.
Yep, they just didn't watch it into their hands.
In fact, I was watching an old game of the Lifers.
Yep.
And you were on offense, and you had a receiver catch a pass, and it came out really late like that, and they called it a fumble.
I guess it just depends on how the rigged officiating goes.
Yeah, they tried throwing a screen there, eh?
Number 88 will try to improve upon those numbers on this punt return.
They're just coming out of the backs protect now.
Hitchcock is ready to punt this one away.
The bad thing is it makes it harder to return this.
Well, they want to try and kick it over his head or something, right?
It's 1st and 10.
Yeah, we should probably try and recruit another
running back,
punt and kick returner next season too, because if we have some retirements in the receiver group, which we just might, Herman's going to be figuring more as a pass receiver, right?
Passing on first down. Gets rid of it, and it's complete.
Go easily.
Takes him down at the 48-yard
Getting the work done.
Think about guys with great hands. He's very close to the top, John.
I'll tell you what, he does a great job of using his hands and not letting the ball get into his body. He's worked very hard to improve his pass catching, and I think he's become one of the best out there.
Well, you can let this run down to 2 minutes. You don't even need to run this play, really.
Yeah, even though it'd be advantageous, I'm not really in a position where I need to make big offense and score.
We're ahead 37-0 with 2 minutes to play. I don't think you need to worry about it too much. If it was a tight game, then yeah, definitely you got to run that play if you see a definite advantage, right?
He sees something in the defense. Allen. Number 50.
That was a nice run.
Yep. Yeah, you know, you get in the habit sometimes where you go to the outside too much, but really you can make some good yardage up the middle too.
Yeah.
Calling an audible. Directing traffic. Jenkins sends a man in motion.
Red 74. Red 74.
Now they're overshifted to that side.
It doesn't matter though.
Nobody blocked the corner.
Yeah,
again.
that corner was still in there disrupting things, right? See, you should have kept that tight end substitution package.
Nope, too complicated.
And you could have had tight ends out there.
Got
in
to
the
keep
wide receiver
the offense
spots.
dead simple. All right, the simpler you keep things, the more streamlined they can be, like those defensive shifts we were showing at the start of this game.
Yep. Look at what I've managed to accomplish without any defensive shifts at all, though.
Well, two different philosophies. Because I also have a coverage first philosophy as well.
Yeah. Yeah, whereas I like to send, like 5 guys in most plays, right? Like I'm usually sending 5. Or at the very least, I send 4.
On third down so far, and that's
almost all the time.
they're ahead at the moment.
Well, this should be just about the last play of the game here.
Yep. Unless they call a timeout at the end of it.
Number 47.
Well, you made the first down anyway.
At the 24.
Yay, look at that. I got back-to-back shutouts again.
Very nice.
Yeah. Although I don't know if I can take credit entirely for this one because we'll have to look at what your time of possession was. But, you know, if you dominated time of possession in the second half the way you did in the first half, these guys only had the ball like 10 minutes for this whole game.
Hey, man, 50 minutes is the gold standard of a possession offense.
Wow.
Just don't line anybody else up on the field out there. We'll just hold on to it forever.
Yeah. You can, yeah, I also I'm not sure that you didn't you didn't complete 100% of your passes too. So look at that. I allowed 21 yards on the ground and 19 yards through the air.
Yep.
And you got 189 yards rushing and 178 yards passing. Yeah. See that? Time of possession was 46.5 minutes.
Right on.
So, yeah, like they had the ball almost no time at all, right? They got...
they couldn't convert either.
They got 3 first downs in the entire game. Right?
I got almost as many first downs as we did punt return yards.
Yeah.
Got more first downs than we did kick return yards.
There you go. Bo Jenkins was... you did throw 1 incomplete pass.
I also got sacked once, I think.
Yeah. 18 of 19 for 181 yards and 2 touchdowns. So you completed 94% of your passes.
But the average completion was only 9.5 yards.
That's actually a pretty gaudy number. Like most of the, if you look at most of the quarterbacks in this game, their average per completion is around 5 or 6 yards.
Is it really?
Yep.
Oh, I thought it was higher.
So Calvin Allen got 130 yards on the ground, so he didn't make it to 2,000, but he probably will in the next game. Right? Wilson there got a few yards. Yeah. There's Easley with 6 catches, Marshall with 5, so between the two of them they had 11, and then the rest of the team had 7. Oh, and look at this. Halfbacks caught 6 passes. You threw one. You hit 1 wide receiver with a pass.
Yeah, and he was slow getting off the line, damn it.
Yep. So there we go. So Danny Jones had a decent game with 5 tackles and an interception, as well as a pass knockdown. And only 4 tackles for a loss. I got 4 sacks. 1 from Dwayne Matthews, Jameel Jefferson, Darryl Roble.
Spreading the sacks around.
And Ben French. The defensive line was getting all the sacks today. And then Tom Platt with an interception. I think he's got about 2 or 3 this season. And we had only 3 pass knockdowns too. And you're 3 for 3 kicking field goals. So you got 43 field goals this season. And looks like the Badmen quarterback managed a quarterback rating of 12. He completed 8 of 18 passes for no touchdowns and 2 interceptions. Got sacked 4 times into the bargain, too. And they ran the ball 11 times for 21 yards. So, kind of spread the ball around a little bit. They had a few drops, too. But a lot of those drops, I think, were also receivers that got hit and coughed up the ball.
Yeah, they had a lot of that going around. And also some really badly thrown balls.
Yeah. And that right outside linebacker got 15 tackles.
He was busy.
Yeah, and the strong safety got 11. Wow.
Yeah, I guess I have a much more right-handed defense or offense than I do left-handed.
Yeah. Although with the right outside linebacker today, that would kind of indicate that you were running to the left quite a bit today, too.
Oh,
right?
yeah, that's true, yeah.
Usually the strong
it's just
safety,
a strong safety. Yeah,
the strong
I don't know what I
safety
was
piles
thinking.
up the tackles because when you run to the right.
That's right, yeah.
So long as that left outside linebacker gets blocked out, although he managed to get 7 tackles and he got 5 tackles for a loss. So you either blocked him or he was in the backfield, right?
Yep. Well, maybe that's why I was running the other way so much.
Maybe, yeah, because every time you tried to run to his side, he was shutting you down, right?
Although a lot of that was, the 2 tight ends run past the guy.
Yeah. And you did get sacked once. So there you go. You had no passes knocked down. So, yep. That was pretty much just another day at the office for the Rec V5X.
Yeah, that incompletion
offense.
was just the overthrow.
Yeah, that was the overthrow, yeah. It was the only incomplete pass that you threw this game. Wow.
The scripted overthrow.
Yeah. So who's the player of the game? I'm guessing it's probably going to be Kelvin Allen.
Maybe, unless it's Danny Jones.
Well, or possibly Bo Jenkins. It's
Kelvin Allen.
It's Kelvin Allen. Of course it's Kelvin Allen. He was responsible for 172 yards from scrimmage.
Or like half the offense.
Yeah. So, anyway, I guess that's it for another week. We got 2 games left.
Indeed.
In the regular season. And then we'll hit the playoffs. And by the looks of it, we're rolling. We're a juggernaut. We're an offensive and defensive juggernaut. How many shutouts do I have this season?
Oh,
now?
like 4 or 5? Something like that.
Wow. Well, you're going to have some big shoes to fill next year.
I don't think I can quite perform that well.
Yeah. But anyway, I guess we'll be back next week. So until then,
I'm Rec V5.
and I am Sandman99.
Have a good one.